everyone, welcome to the Crypto Corner video podcast, your crypto radar for all of the latest news, reviews, market analysis and tutorials that help you master the cryptocurrency market. Well, we are now in the middle of March and we are starting a new week, so of course we're going to look at the market. We're gonna have a very quick market roundup, but I will talk about some of the news over the weekend. And one of the biggest news, the most hottest topics that was discussed over the weekend, was the purchase of an NFT artwork for just short of $70 million. That's true. $70 million were fetched on Christie's nonetheless. So Christie's was actually selling an NFT. Well, it cannot get any more mainstream than that. So of course, NFTs will be a big topic of today's episode. And also I will discuss the movements of Bitcoin and what can we expect, because yesterday we were challenging the 60,000. We were breaking the 60,000. We did print a new all-time high. But today we are retracing, we are going down. So what is going on? Well, let's find out. Okay, and yes, indeed, we are retracing, we are going down a little bit. In fact, not a little, 7% since yesterday we are down. On Bitcoin, 56,258 right now it is. And we were over the weekend, we were above 60,000. That was huge news for many people because it is a new all-time high, of course, so it is important. Also, we are seeing that the drop in Bitcoin, of course, as I always say, and as you already know, is affecting the whole market, so everything is down with it. Ethereum is down 6% since yesterday, 1,778 as we speak. Also 6% is down Binance Coin, Cardano is down 6%, Polkadot, all of them are down pretty much at the same levels. This is a very standard performance from the crypto market generally. When Bitcoin is making big moves, whether up or down, the rest of the market is following. It's only when Bitcoin is going sideways and it's consolidating around a price level for a period of time is that we actually see everything boom and different performances and many altcoins surpassing the performance of Bitcoin in the short term. But generally, if Bitcoin is going to go in a bearish market, the rest of the crypto will also be bearish. And if Bitcoin is making a huge pump and for a few days making some huge gains, then of course money is going out of the altcoins and into Bitcoin. So the altcoins are struggling to keep up. And then Bitcoin has to really reach a peak, start consolidating for a period of time, and only then the money is going back into altcoins. This is why we are seeing this type of performance on the altcoins, and currently we see that Bitcoin is gaining strength. It is preparing for another leg up, and this is why also its dominance is growing a little bit. Today we are at 61.7 and we were at 60%, 60.5, then we went to 61.3 in my previous episode, I believe. So it's small gains, but it's gains nevertheless. Now on the plus side, let's reflect on the fact that since March last year, we have an anniversary. Since the flash crash of Bitcoin, it happened in the middle of March last year, around this time, just a few days prior to today's date. And we had Bitcoin at $3,800, guys, if you remember. Bitcoin fell from around 8,000. I mean, it was at 9,000, then it down to 8,000, then it went to 7,000, and then we had this big sellout here at the start of the pandemic as lockdowns across the world were announced, and a lot of investors started panicking that we're going in an economic crisis, and people were rushing into getting as much liquid cash as possible, liquid capital as possible. So they were closing a lot of it happened with the stock market. All kinds of different investment tools were actually experiencing the same type of crash, and it happened with Bitcoin as well. And we were really worried at the time because this was the first time that we were actually seeing Bitcoin responding to an economic crisis. Bitcoin was born after the economic crisis of 2007 and 8. It really started in 2009, Bitcoin, and even 2010 is when it really started operating. So this was the first time that it was tested how it will actually react in an economic crisis. And even though the economic crisis was not imminent and it was not at the time of the start of the pandemic, we are still seeing the effects of that pandemic are still starting now. We are still in the early stages of an economic crisis that is caused by the pandemic. But for some reason, many investors were really scared, and they were liquidating assets, and with that, crypto as well and Bitcoin as well. However, that was a very short-lived crisis for Bitcoin, and it started recovering pretty much days later. After a week or two, we saw the price starting to recover, and since then, now 1 year anniversary, we are at 1,474% increase from that date. Now, this is not the performance of the stock market, neither gold or other store of value type of assets. Bitcoin is really beating all of the competition in terms of recovery from this flash crash. So this was the real test for Bitcoin, and this is why actually we are seeing so much institutional interest in Bitcoin now, is because they actually saw that recovery of Bitcoin. This is what actually laid the basis for the bull run that is currently happening, and that the future bull run that we will be seeing over the next few months. So this was a big deal indeed. Now let's take a quick look at what is the chart looking like and what can we expect from Bitcoin, and then we're gonna move into the news and talk about NFTs, because this is really the biggest news that I want to give you my commentary on. So basically what's happening here is that in my previous episode I was pointing out towards a possible cup and handle formation that is supposed to happen, and that I feel that's what's happening, even though this is not the perfect cup and handle, because we should not have gone up. We should have been stopped here at pretty much the same level as the previous all-time high, and then go through that correction here that would print the handle of this cup and handle formation. However, we did go higher, but just as a typical cup and handle, we are actually following what is supposed to happen, and we are going through a correction. We got rejected at the 60,000 level, which is a new all-time high. And now we are doing a minor correction, which I believe is going to be minor. As we see, we have a support currently where we're at. We are literally touching that support, and it's holding us for now. If this support doesn't hold us, we have another lower support at around 55,000, and I believe that we might go and touch it very briefly, and after that we're going to start the actual bull run and print the next leg up, which I believe is going to take us to 68,000. This is my second target. The first target was 60,000 and we hit that, and we got rejected, correcting, and then my next target is 68. I mean, in between these two we have a psychological target level, resistance level, that would be around 66,000, but that is just a psychological resistance that it is not based on any technical analysis. So fundamentally that's the resistance, but technically the resistance is actually my second target, 68,000. So this is what I'm expecting from Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the hot topics over the last few days. Well, definitely over the weekend, the hottest topic was in fact the Christie's sale of an NFT, which was priced at just short of $70 million. In fact, it was $69.3 million. It was paid in Ethereum, so that is 42,329 Ethereum. This is the announcement by Christie's when they sold the artwork. Before that, they put up this tweet here that was announcing basically that they will be doing this sale. This is the artwork. It's called The First 5,000 Days. It is by an artist called Beeple, and he's been a digital artist for quite some time. I mean, he's been posting every day a digital artwork since 2007. And this is a collage of all of his artworks, and it is done as an NFT. and it was sold by Christie's on the 12th of March. Now, at first, they didn't announce who is the buyer, actually. So they posted this tweet where, after many people were curious to know, they posted this tweet where they announced that they will be revealing who the buyer is, and then they revealed the buyer, Meta Kovan. So this is still an anonymous person. We don't really know who that person is. All we know is that he is actually quite well known in the NFT community because he is a collector of NFTs, and according to his Twitter profile, we see that he's got 16,000 followers, so he's not a celebrity or anything like that, but he is an investor. He says I dream NFTs, and he is also the founder of MetaPurse. MetaPurse appears to be, I didn't really know about this website, it appears to be an NFT investment fund, basically. So Meta Kovan describes himself as entrepreneur, coder, and angel investor in blockchain technology since 2013. So clearly the guy has made tons of money, and this has allowed him to be quite an avid investor in projects, in crypto projects in general, but he's definitely into DeFi and NFTs. And he describes his initiative MetaPurse as operating with a mindset of abundance. Return of investment, he says, is not the primarily driver of this fund. Having been part of crypto since its nascency, it is backed by Meta Kovan's journey of research and its unself-conscious reserve of resources. So this is the website. I will actually link it in the description in case you want to further your research. And I suppose they also support new artists and everything else. As I said, I don't really know much about them. So for me, this was new, and I only researched it because I wanted to find more information about this purchase and who is this person. I mean, it is an anonymous profile. They don't reveal their identity, and I respect that because crypto is really about privacy and anonymity. If you want to be anonymous, you can be, and this is the beauty of it. So of course, the announcement did not only have positive views. There were people who, of course, immediately criticized this purchase, mainly because of the scope of the purchase and because of the fact that it is a digital artwork. I mean, if someone buys a Lucian Freud or any of the masters, or something, and Warhol or whatever, and they spend millions, it's kind of accepted that the value of this work is justified. But with digital art, people are not yet accepting it as really valuable, and we saw quite a few critiques on this. This is one of the responses to that tweet saying by Ben Grodzel, saying anyone can download a visually same copy of Beeple's work for free, but only one dude at a time gets the special copy invisibly marked owner, which thus gets a 69 million price tag. In a sub-society with abundant resources and fixations on status and gambling, so it goes. Instructive. And I do agree partially with this comment, because it is about prestige and status. It is not really about being obsessed with the art, because the problem is that because it's not a physical art, it's not like you're the only person who can have that copy of the art. With physical art, truly one owner can have the original, and in whatever size it is, and then it can be replicated online, but online most of the time it will be replicated in a very small format, which if you try to print bigger, it will be too pixelated and all of that, so you can't actually have that quality of the artwork that you would have with the original. With digital art, however, it is in a format that anyone can replicate because it's digital. So it's not like the owner of that artwork is the only one who can have it in its entirety or in that size or anything. That the only difference with NFTs is that they provide a digital signature. So it's like an autograph. So you know that you have the original because it is signed by the original artist. However, it is not going to be any different to any of the other copies that people can make from that artwork. So that is the thing that people are not quite happy about digital art costing that much money. And we see more comments like that. Johnny Dive is saying another marketing trick for the game of the rich. we will soon have better NFTs for the masses. Well, in fact, we already have better NFTs for the masses. There's quite a few different websites that are offering sale and resale of NFT artworks, and some of them are really good. I don't think that Beeple is having outstanding art. I did look at his artworks. There are some really cool ones, but nothing that would really make me spend more than $100 or $200 for it. Will Wright is saying, whoever sends this money obviously cares a lot about helping fellow humans who may be suffering, starving, and lacking dignified shelter. Thank you, Christie's, for shining light on the absurdity of it all. Now, this is an argument that always comes whenever anyone spends a lot of money on anything. There's always the argument that this money could be spent to improve, the livelihood of other human beings. But at the same time, if that is the argument, then we are not allowed to spend a lot of money on anything, because anyone who would spend 20, 30, 50 million on anything will have to face that argument. And I don't really see that argument being valid, because, we don't know if the person who spent that money on this artwork, we don't know if they are not already helping other human beings. Maybe they are already spending a lot of money on charity. You don't know that, but it doesn't mean that all of your money has to go on charities only, and you're never allowed to spend a lot of money on things that you like. So that argument I don't quite agree with. Too Fast For You, another user on Twitter, is saying, total nonsense comment, and they're actually justifying what I just said. If you spend 69 million on an NFT, you have enough to help people and buy NFTs. Now let me ask you, when you buy something, did you think about the poor people in this world? Nonsense. And yes, I agree with that. Also, Zoe NFT is saying, the amount of discipline, hard work, persistence, self-motivation, madness goes behind this work by Beeple can't be measured with $50-60 million. Hats off to you, sir. Well, this is an interesting take, because clearly Zoe is infatuated with NFTs, maybe obsessed, and Zoe is finding a lot of value in NFTs. I personally admire the persistence of Beeple, because clearly for the last however many years, 11 or 12 years, maybe more, 13 years, he's been posting a digital artwork on his Instagram every day. That means every day you are committed to creating a new artwork. Yes, it's easy to create digital art. It's much easier than creating physical art. But, it is admirable to have that consistency. Every day you're posting a new artwork. I have committed to things on a daily basis, usually for 2 or 3 months, sometimes for a year, never for 10, 11 or 12 years. So that is already quite admirable, and I feel this is why he's being rewarded with such a high price tag. So, hats off. And there's also many other comments that are also celebrating the fact that, this is such a great news for the NFT niche, for the whole sector of NFTs. It is really bringing a lot of awareness from mainstream to this niche. And of course, since the news of this artwork being sold for 69 million, all of the prices of his artworks have gone up, and the Cointelegraph is just reporting that an investor now who bought another Beeple NFT artwork for just under $1,000, $969, is now seeing an evaluation of this artwork at $300,000. So 30,000% profit he's making from this artwork. And apparently the guy bought the artwork back in December, so just a couple of months ago he purchased this artwork for $969. He was hoping that over the course of the next couple of years he will double this investment, and he's now immediately, after just 2 months, he's 30,000% in profit. It is evaluated at $300,000. We don't yet know whether he's selling it though. So I hope that he's clever enough to cash in on the profits of this. Also, if we look at the highest priced artworks in the NFT sector, of course, the first one on top now is coming, the Beeple's work at 69 million. But also we have some other ones by CryptoPunk. Apparently, he seems to be the most popular one, because this is currently the second most expensive NFT artwork. It is 4,200 Ether, which is $7.5 million. Guys, this I don't even call an art, but nevertheless, the artist is CryptoPunk, and this is all he does. This kind of video game characters. And this is the third most expensive artwork. It is currently 4,200 Ether, again $7.5 million. Then we have the next one, priced at just 800 Ether, so it's not even that expensive, only $1.5 million. I mean, only. And then another one by the same artist, and another one by the same artist, and another one by the same artist. Seriously, this is the most popular NFT artist out there, and it's all gaming type of characters, and I really don't get it. I don't get it. And finally, at number 8, we see a different artist, Hashmask. I mean, the art is dreadful to my taste. I really don't like that, but it is priced at 420 Ether, which is currently just short of $1,800,000 and $844,000. Then we have another CryptoPunk artwork, and then finally at number 10, a different artist. This is called Genesis by Trevor Jones Art and Jose Deblo. I mean, maybe this should be around $50, $60, or $100. Guess what? It is in fact priced at $600,000, 300 Ether currently. And then this one, I have no words for this. To me, this is probably the most, okay, it is on par with CryptoPunk. It is as bad as CryptoPunk in terms of a simple and naive type of easy art that doesn't require any skills or creativity, yet it fetches more than $600,000. But so it goes. Apparently, the NFT space is full of the early crypto adopters and gamers. So this is why a lot of the most popular art is gaming related. And it makes perfect sense. Also, these are people who have made tons of money with crypto, and some of them were early crypto adopters or investors. Some of them are also traders of crypto. They've made easy money, so they can spend it easily. This is why simple art like that is actually fetching huge amounts of money, way more than some really quality art. But that's how it is. I don't really want to criticize art, because art is very subjective. It is really about taste, and if you like it and if you want to spend millions on it, then go for it. This episode of Crypto Corner is sponsored by Cobalt Lend, a new DeFi project that brings crypto lending and borrowing to people and small businesses to make the most of your crypto holdings. It's a great way to earn passive income on your crypto via staking rewards or earn interest via their lending incentives. Cobalt Lend was launched last year and has now partnered with Naus and is using their SEO platform in order to build a more sophisticated lending protocol. We've been covering their progress on this channel since their pre-launch, and they have achieved a lot in a short space of time. Their token is supported by Uniswap, 1inch, and Mooniswap dexes. They recently added a hot wallet with a CoinSwap engine for swaps between Bitcoin and various Ethereum assets. You can also buy Bitcoin with a credit card, and for transactions under $300, you don't have to do KYC. They are in beta development of their Cobalt Atomic Swap, which is a completely separate swapping engine strictly for Ethereum assets, powered by their partners at Total. They added an insurance fund to protect their users' tokens, and later this year they're launching a debit card for instant withdrawals with cashback rewards. Making a passive income with Cobalt Lend is easy. There are two types of staking they currently offer. You can stake their native CBOT token on their platform and get paid 5% monthly, just like a savings account. Or you can use the proof of credit mining method via the partner Naus. This way you can stake Naus tokens and earn their new NCBOT token that will be the primary driving force of the lending platform they are building. The team of Cobalt Lend incentivize stakers by paying them additional rewards for staking with them on the Naus platform, by giving out monthly airdrops of their CBOT tokens, and even just for registering their Naus wallet on their platform, where the user can stake Naus tokens without giving away ownership of their tokens. For more details, go to cobaltland.com and register for free. You can also find the link in the description below. Well, this wraps up today's episode of Crypto Corner. Everyone, thanks for staying until the end, and please show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you know when I'm posting a new video. In the next episodes, I will be talking again about my top altcoins. As you know, I currently exited a lot of my altcoin positions because I'm waiting for Bitcoin to do its move. But very soon I will be reaccumulating, and I'm already looking at reaccumulating because this drop and the drop in altcoins was also good for me. So stay tuned to make sure that you catch the next episodes. This is where I'm going to leave you. I'm signing off, and I'm going to see you in the next one.